Hello, everyone. How are we doing, my exceptionalists? Today, we're going to talk about how to deal with student apathy. And this is from a parent's perspective, okay? So basically, this is not from a child's perspective or from a teacher's perspective, but basically, this is from a parent's perspective. How do I, as a parent, want to deal with student apathy? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I hope you guys are ready to take notes. Get your paper, get your pencils, your pens, your tea, whatever you need, and pause this right here because we're about to get into another training, another video of how to deal with student apathy. Okay. Again, my name is Tina Howard. I am with Exceptional Tutoring and Academic Coaching Services. I provide tutoring, academic coaching, homework help, study hall services, and ACT prep services for students grades K through 12. If you would like to know more about the services that we offer at Exceptional Tutoring Academic Coaching Services, LLC, please go to our website at www.exceptionaltutoringacs.com. Click on our services tab, and that will tell you everything you need to know about the services we offer. Again, go to www.exceptionaltutoringacs.com. Click on our services tab, and that will tell you everything you need to know about what we offer. Okay, so go ahead. Let's pause this. Get your paper, your pencil, your tea, your wine, whatever you need to get into this training, because we're going to learn how to deal with student apathy. And not only are we going to learn how to deal with student apathy, but we're going to figure out what is student apathy, and we're going to see what do we need to do. Why does it happen? And all those good things. So go ahead, hit pause, and then come back so we can get into this training. Okay, so I hope you guys were able to get everything that you need to get into this training. Of course, this training will be up on our YouTube channel. So if you need to come back, if you missed something and you need to come back, please don't hesitate to come back to this training. Now, I recommend that you use this strategy whenever you're looking at our trainings. I recommend you do this. The main thing that you want to do the first time that you watch this training is you want to make sure you're listening. Listen, pay attention. If right now you don't feel like you want to write anything down, you just want to listen and you want to be present during this training, that is perfectly fine. Then go back through a second time, take notes, write some things down that stuck out to you, that really resonated to you, and make sure you get those, how can I say it? Get the details in. Then come back a third time, listen, and then fill in notes of something that you may have missed that first or that second time. Come back, or you may have tried some things and then you're like, wait a minute, she's had some other things on there. Come back and refer to this as many times as much as you need to. Also, please don't forget to subscribe and like or dislike this video. Let me know what trainings are helping you as a parent and what trainings I need to add. So don't forget to subscribe, like or dislike, and then put a comment in the comment section below so that I'll know what we need to do for future trainings and things, okay? So let's look at our agenda. Our agenda for today is no need for frustration, parents. At ETAX, we can help. And the agenda for today is we're going to look at what is student apathy. We're going to talk about why is my child not motivated? What is causing my child not to be motivated? I just don't understand. And then we're also going to look at how do I help my child with this? How do I help? Because I see my child. I know they're struggling. I know they need some help. So how do I, as a parent, how am I able to help my child with this situation or with what's going on with them, because I don't understand it. I'm not sure if my child understands it, but I do know they need help. So those are the areas that we're going to look at today as far as our training, okay? So that's our agenda. The objective of this training today is you will gain a better understanding of student apathy and develop strategies you can use to help your child build academic motivation, okay? Because listen, it's not let's throw away the kid, let's throw away everything. No, we're going to work together to figure out what strategies can I use to help my child, because my child is not motivated. I'm struggling, my child is struggling, and I know my baby needs some help. And so that's what the objective for this training is for today, okay? Now, of course, you guys, I have to let you know what's going on with exceptional tutoring and academic coaching services, also known as ETACs. I have to give you that information and keep you guys up to date with what's going on because, hey, never know. It may be something that you or your child may need. So I have to give you some from the desk information, okay? And our from the desk information is similar to what we had before, and that is our EduCamp. Our EduCamps will be held monthly. I'm a little bit late with this one, you guys, because it was supposed to be uploaded 2 days ago. And I'm sorry, I got behind, but it was supposed to have been uploaded 2 days ago. So please forgive me for that. But I'm going to make sure that I be on time. So basically, this month you will get 2 trainings. Okay. So those will be held monthly. Okay. They will be on self-help topics and parent engagement topics. Those are what we would talk about and what we would discuss during our EduCamp. Self-help topics and parent engagement topics on our EduCamps. We also will have our back to basics online math course. That will be launching, you guys. That will be launching coming up. On our back to basics online math course, we have 3 levels, okay, of basic skills, self-paced instruction. So what does that mean? That means that your child will be able to pace themselves. They will be able to take this online course and they will be able to go at their own pace. So there's no need for rushing through. There's no need, oh, I got to have this done in a week or I got to have this done in 2 weeks. No, they will have plenty of time to be able to do this course. And they will have access for a year. They will have access to that course for a year. So from the time that you purchase it all the way a year from now, they will have access to this course, okay? So there's no need to rush, no need to try to rush through the course. Allow your child to take time. And if it takes them a year to do one level, that's fine. But they will have 1 year for each level from the time you purchase it all the way up, okay? There will be provided workbooks provided to go along with this course. Your child will get a workbook. The workbook will be able to be downloaded. You can and will be able to purchase tangible workbooks, but with that, you will have to pay a little extra fee because those workbooks will have to be printed and shipped from us. So you will have to pay a little bit extra for those workbooks if you want the workbook already binded and sent to you that way. Now, if not, you will have access where you will be able to print the workbook out within the course. The workbooks will be within the course, and then you'll just download them and be able to print them out at your own pace how you need to, okay? So that's what how the workbooks will go. But again, if you're like, hey, I just want the printed out workbook bind all ready to go for my child, then once you pay for the course, then you can order the workbooks and the workbooks will be shipped to you. But like I said, there will be an extra fee because those have to be printed by us and we have to bind them, and we have to ship them out. So it will be an extra fee for those workbooks, okay? Also, this online course, this Back to Basics online math course, will be able to support again your scholar's academic growth. Your child, with our regular basic skills tutoring sessions, our students see double growth than any other place. So whereas in 6 months, most of the time you want to see a 6-month growth, our students or scholars see double that growth. So they may receive 12-month growth when they're doing our academic program. And that's just in our basic skills. So with this self-paced, they will be able to go at their own pace. They will have assignments. They will have workbooks. They will have real teacher-led instruction, you guys. There will be a real teacher teaching the lessons, going along with them, allowing them to work as a together with the teacher, and allowing them to do some practice assignments independently. And what we use is we use our TW, T and SW, and SW model, okay? The teacher and the student will, and the student will. So the teacher will lead the instruction. Then we have the teacher and student working together doing practice problems and doing that instruction. And then the student will be left to go independently on their own to work an assignment that will be provided by the teacher within that module. The student will work that assignment, and then they will be able to come back and have their ability to be able to check that assignment, okay? So that's what we will use in our Back to Basics online math course. The level 1 math course will launch March 6th, 2023, you guys. So our level 1 math course will launch March 6th, 2023. I am so excited about this. We have been working on this, trying to get it right, trying to get it ready. So we're going to launch the level 1 March 6th, 2023. So you want to go ahead and you want to be thinking about that. More information will be coming out at our next EduCamp as far as pricing and different things like that. Well, more information will be coming out in the next week or two, actually, on our Facebook and Instagram page as far as pricing and different things like that. So that way you can get your coins together and you will be ready when we launch. When we launch, let me go ahead and give you an inside scoop, especially since you took the time to come on our YouTube page and watch this video training. I want to give you an inside scoop. From mid-February all the way up to maybe the end of March, you will be offered a special offer on purchasing our online level 1 math course. What does that mean? You will get our beta offer. You will get the offer that our beta parents have already paid in order to send their children through it. So yes, we do have a beta program that's actually going on right now and will be finishing up pretty soon on our level 1 course. And those parents were selected and they got in on a beta program and they paid a certain fee for their children to go through. Let us know what we need to correct, what we need to change, and things like that. So you guys, from mid-February to, that's the pre-order in February, all the way to the end of March, you will be able to pre-order and get this course for the beta program price. And I'm telling you now, that beta program price will be exceptional. So you're going to want to go ahead. If you're going to get it, you need to go ahead and get it now at that beta price, because it will not be that beta price anymore, okay? Actually, the price will either triple or quadruple after the beta price. So go ahead. You want to get that and you want to get it now. You want to get in on our Back to Basics online math course, okay? That will be our level 1. So if you know your scholar is at a first grade or lower level, you want to get in on that level 1. If your scholar is working at first grade or lower, you want to get in on that level 1. That does not mean if they are in the first grade, they could be in the second grade, they could be in the third grade. Remember, the pandemic came, we had a lot of learning loss. And so they may be working some grade levels behind, and that's okay. The genius of this is, if your child is in second, third grade, maybe even fourth grade, and they're working on a level 1, guess what? Nobody has to know. No one has to know, because you're doing it in the comfort of your own home at your own pace. Your child is sitting in front of their own computer, and no one has to know what level your child is working on. So really, you're being able to provide that basic skills instructions that your child is missing. You're able to provide that, and they don't have to know at school. They don't have to know out in the community. No family or friends have to know, because it's all privately done in their own module. Okay. I can talk about back to the basics online math course all day long. I'm not, because you're ready to get into this training. So let's move on past that. And I will probably be coming back on, especially on Facebook, Instagram, and I will probably do something to put here about our back to basics online math course. And I will be going live in Facebook and Instagram to probably answer any questions that parents may have about this course. Okay, so if you're not following us on Facebook or Instagram, please go ahead. And guess what, you guys, we're also on TikTok as well. So please go to Facebook, Instagram, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at Exceptional ACS. Go there at Exceptional ACS, and Exceptional Tutoring ACS. I'm sorry, at Exceptional Tutoring ACS, and you will be able to follow us. Okay. Again, if you don't know me, my name is Tina Howard. I'm an academic success coach, strategist, and consultant. I help students turn their achievements into financial empowerment. I do this by helping scholars build a strong academic foundation, by expanding their academic strengths and improving on their academic weaknesses. I also empower parents to increase parental engagement through advocacy and building positive relationships between home and school. Because I truly, truly, truly believe when parents are engaged, our scholars will succeed academically. Also, we have our Patches Parent Binder. If you are a tangible person and you need organization, our Patches Parent Binder is the thing for you. We have it available on our website and in our TPT store, Teacher Pay Teacher store. We have that available for download, where you can download, and the instructions are there for you to be able to put it together. Or you can order your one that's already put together, where we download it, we copy it, we print it, we put it in a binder format for you, and you have everything ready to go, and we ship it out to you. Okay, so we have it on our website and at our Teacher Pay Teacher store. So if you would like to get your Patches Parent Binder, and you are a person that needs to be organized and stay in the know and make sure that you have everything you need, not only just for your child's school year to keep track of, but also if they have 504, special education, dyslexia services, you want to make sure there's a place for that, and a place where you can keep that information as well. And also, if you're registering, it's coming up. School is about to end, right? Next year, you're going to have to register your children for school, or sometimes they may have early registration for next year if your child is already in school. This is a good way to keep up with their registration forms, their medical forms when you go to the doctor, and different things like that, bills, current bills and things, so that when you go to the school to register, you'll have everything. You take your binder, you take your things out, you give them what they need, and then your child is registered. So it's a hassle-free way to have everything you need to register your child for school. Also, we have our basic skills math and reading workbook. You have your first 25 fry sight word workbooks. You have that available. And then we have our basic addition workbook. The basic addition workbook has not been uploaded for sale yet, but it should be uploaded within the next 2-3 weeks. that should be coming and being uploaded. But our first 25 Fry Site Work Workbook, it should be on our TPT store and on our website for you to order. If for some reason you don't see it up, put a comment in the comments below and let me know. I'll make sure I go check, but that should be available for you guys to purchase, okay? It's a lot of exciting activities for your child to do to be able to learn their sight words and also be able to work on their addition facts in a workbook format, okay? You can download and print it, and of course, we always have it where we can print it for you. We can print it, bind it, and mail it out to you as well. So you have the download option, or we can print it, bind it, and mail it out to you as well, okay? Now let's get into this. Okay, the most common data that we have is from a study that was done in 2009 from the Maryland State Department of Education. Okay, this can be consistent. The percentage may have gone up some or down some depending on your state and your area. Okay, so let's keep this in mind. But according to the Maryland State Department of Education, their 2009 publication analysis of the climate survey, they targeted for the targeted school revealed that 43% of the student body and 62% of fifth graders score in the highly apathetic range. So 43% of their entire elementary school body. But then we get to fifth graders and we see that the percentage goes up drastically. It's over half of those fifth graders that are highly apathetic. Okay, that have that score that range. So you guys, this is pretty. It's not good to say, but this is pretty common when we're dealing with our fifth graders and our school age students. So don't think that your child is the only one suffering from this. This is pretty common. And if you know this was done in 2009, what happened to us in 2019, into 2019, beginning of 2020? We were spun into a pandemic, you guys. We had a pandemic. So 11 years later, we ended up with a pandemic that not only schools had to stop, had to close, our children lost a lot of learning. So when you think these numbers probably statistically have gone up some, these percentages have gone up some. So now it may be way more than this, but a study has not been done currently as of yet that I could find that shows this. But once I find the information, I'll make sure I update within the comments or something. I'll update that information if I find anything. But that will be a great study to do to see the student body percentage of apathetic students that range currently after the pandemic, because this was pre-pandemic. So now we're looking at after the pandemic, okay? So that will be something very interesting to find out. Now, we have some of our common misconceptions about student apathy. What are some common misconceptions about student apathy? And this basically, we know a misconception is we just got it wrong. We think it may be this way, but we have it wrong, okay? So, the first thing we want to look at is lazy students. And they don't care. Sometimes we think when we're dealing with students, that have apathy, sometimes when we're dealing with them, we think, oh, they're just lazy. They don't care. They don't care about the assignment. That is so not true. Most students that deal with apathy, they actually care a lot. They care a lot, but they're so overwhelmed by the expectations, by what they need to do, that their anxiety overloads and they just say, you know what, I cannot do this. And they just stop. Okay. So don't think that just because a student is dealing with apathy, that they don't care. They actually do care, but they may feel powerless because it may be different things that may be involved in it. And we're going to look at that, okay? So they're not lazy, you guys, and it's not that they don't care. It's that they actually care, but there are some other things, factors that's going on that we need to address to make sure we get down to the bottom of it. Okay? Also, you guys, when we're looking at students, you look at that. 43% of the elementary student body, 43% deal with apathy. That's almost half. We're 7% away from half. We don't have that many parents that are not engaged in their education. Most of the time, when you see a child that's dealing with student apathy, I don't know why I keep trying to put student and apathy together. I apologize, you guys. I got to get my words right. But I'm trying to merge those two words and it's not coming out good, okay? So I apologize for that. But most of the time, when we see a student dealing with apathy, their parents are very engaged. Actually, their parents are high achievers themselves. They are high achievers themselves and they have that expectation on their child. But then again, when we get to the overload or being overwhelmed, because, okay, I have this expectation here, I have this expectation here, I got to do this here. Oh, I'm just going to shut down because I don't know what to do. I may not understand the content, so I'm just going to shut down because I don't know what else to do. Because I have the expectation from my parent, I have the expectation from my teacher in my school. I have my own set of expectations because I do want to succeed, and it's overwhelming me. Okay, so it's not that the parents are not engaged. They have high expectations, and then most of the time the parent doesn't even know. Parents, we don't even know, how do I help my child? I've never gone through this. I've never had to deal with this. I don't know anyone else that may be dealing with this or have children dealing with this. So how do I help? So not only are they want to be engaged, they want to do these things, they want to help their child, but for some reason or other, they don't know what to do. And so what does that cause them to do? As a parent, what are we going to do? We're going to shut down because I don't know what to do because this is foreign territory for me. Okay. Also, not all students, the majority of students that have apathy, not all of them are from low socioeconomic statuses. Most of them are from middle to high class homes. That, like I said, their parents are engaged, their parents are overachievers, they are doing well in what they do, and they put those expectations and things on. We put out those expectations on our children, and then next thing you know, oh, catastrophic. Okay, so not all students are minority or from low socioeconomic statuses. Okay, it's all across the board from everywhere. A child can deal with apathy. So just because you may be of a higher socioeconomic status does not mean your child cannot suffer from it. If you're of a low socioeconomic status, does not mean all the time that your child will suffer from it. It just depends on that child and their ability to cope and use the skills or things that they need, or if they have those strategies available to be able to succeed or do or overcome student apathy. Okay. Also, not all students that deal with apathy have disabilities. Okay. Some will, some may, and that may be another stumbling block for them as to why they're not achieving and why they may have that low motivation, but not all the time. Okay, so not every student that deals with apathy or has student apathy, not every one of them may suffer from a disability. Okay, what is student apathy? Well, basically, by definition, I'm going to read that and then we're going to discuss that a little while. What is student apathy? Student apathy is the lack of motivation of students to actively participate in educational, academic work, or activities. Okay? The lack of motivation of students to actively participate in educational, academic work, or activities. And those activities can be educational or as extracurricular activities, you guys. So we'll learn a little bit more as we go on, but that's basically what student apathy is. It's that lack of motivation. Well, what we're going to do, we're talking about as far as it goes with academics, okay? In the school setting and things like that. But again, don't think it could carry over into extracurricular activities and into the home where we have those homework issues and things like that. And you may see. So just because we're addressing it as far as the academic does not mean the strategies that we talk about, you can't use them for other areas as well, because you can, okay? Why is my child not motivated? What is going on? We have all these things in place. I've done all of this stuff. Why is my child not motivated? Okay, we want to look at that. What are some causes, or why is my child not motivated to perform well academically? Okay, there can be some cognitively they can be cognitively overstimulated. What does that mean? The level of the instruction may be too high for me to really understand, or it may be coming at me too fast cognitively. So although I may be able to understand the instruction, sometimes it may be that it's coming at me too fast and I can't keep up, or I can't keep it organized in my mind, or the instruction level is a little bit too high for my cognitive ability, okay? My comprehension. So that may be one reason why your child is not motivated, okay? And we're going to talk about how can we address those issues? How can I address those issues? Because I'm not my child's teacher. How can I address those issues? We're going to talk about it a little bit later in this training, okay? Also, they may have mental health conditions. And those mental health conditions can be anxiety, it can be depression, it can be some type of brain trauma, it can be a psychiatric condition that you may not be aware of, or they may have experienced trauma themselves from one way or another. Whether it's like, I have not experienced success, it has been too much overwhelming cognitively, and that can cause trauma as well. If your child does not experience academic success, that experience in itself can be traumatizing, especially when they have the high expectations for themselves, or they have high expectations from others, and then they see other kids performing well and doing well, and every time they miss the mark, that can be a traumatic experience educationally for your child. So we want to look at those things. If they're coming home and they're struggling with homework, and we're steady pounding and fussing and fussing and fussing and pounding on them, saying, I know you got this, I know you can understand it. Although we may not be doing it on purpose, but that's something that sometimes we as parents to do, because we know our children, we know how smart they are. And I had a situation with my own daughter to where I'm a teacher, and I'm like, I know you can do this, you can do da da da. And she was in first grade, and all of a sudden, you know what she did? She shut down because I was driving it a little bit too much. Not only was I a teacher, I was her parent. I had these high expectations, and she had these high expectations, but for whatever reason, she was not getting that concept. I did not understand at the time that she was not getting the concept. And so once I called someone else in to help me to look at that situation, hey, we pinpointed, we got it. And I realized, okay, Tina, you got to calm it down a little bit in order to help her be able to be successful. And that can be a traumatic event. So any kind of trauma can cause your child to be not motivated or have low motivation or be apathetic. Also, If they are doing a lot as far as academic, personal, and extracurricular, if they are doing a lot and their schedules are like maxed out to the max, that can cause apathy, you guys. That can cause your child to be apathetic. Why? Because they have too much on their plate. Their minds and their bodies are not able to have those down times. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, you can say, you know what, I'm trying to keep my child active so that they don't get in too much trouble, or they don't get on these cell phones or these social media apps and things and just get into trouble. I'm telling you now, eventually the children in this day and this time in society, I don't care what you do, I don't care how much you try, unless you just strip them of everything electronic, they will get on FaceTime on their iPads and conversate with their friends late at night when you're asleep and you think they're supposed to be sleeping in the bed. They will use their phones, they will use their iPads, computers, and nowadays we have these smart TVs where they could probably actually get on the TV and talk or do something or find YouTube or something like that on the TV, okay? So I don't care if your schedule during their schedules packed. They come home, they have enough time to eat, take their showers, and go to bed. During that time at night that they're supposed to be asleep, they're probably going to be up socializing. So what is that doing? That's interfering with their rest and their sleep. So now they're not getting enough sleep. They're back at it the next day. Academic in school, personal things that they have to do, extracurricular activities that they have to do, and the cycle goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So they may be doing a little too much. So we may want to look at our scheduling, at their schedules, and try to tone that down and see what can we cut out or how can we space it a little bit better where it's not so overwhelming, because we still want to allow them those times to be able to socialize. Okay, we may want to monitor that socialization, but we still want them to be able to socialize and have those activities as well, and that downtime so that their mind and their body can calm down and relax. Okay, they may have substance abuse. Now, we don't want to think that our young babies in elementary school have this substance abuse. We at middle school either, because my baby girl is in middle school and we don't want to think that they deal with these issues. Sometimes we leave it to high school and college and things like that. But you guys, it's getting younger and younger and younger and younger where our children are experiencing with substances. So that may be a situation that's going on. So what do we do about that? We monitor, you guys. We monitor their activities. We try to monitor what they're doing. We try to talk to them. We try to see what's going on to see if we can get any kind of inkling. If something happens at school that your child is involved in, don't dismiss it. Take it into consideration and figure out what are the next steps to do, because it could be some type of substance abuse as to what's causing that low motivation or that apathetic behavior. Also, low social emotional coping skills. This is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, especially since the pandemic. It was on the rise before the pandemic, but since that pandemic, it's going bigger and bigger and bigger. Our babies' inability to cope, social and emotional. Okay, they don't know what to do when they become overwhelmed. What do? Some of our babies are acting out now, and they're not motivated, or they're just shutting down, and they're refusing to do assignments, whether it be in school or at home. So those are some things that's going on. How do you know if your baby has low social emotional coping skills? Watch their behaviors at home when they get frustrated with a task that you're giving them to do. Talk with your child's school or teacher to see if something is going on in that area. But it may be that they have those low social emotional coping skills, and it's hard for them to be able to do what they need to do. That can cause apathetic behavior as well. So we want to take that into consideration, and we want to look at these 5 areas. Okay, now what do I do to help? Okay, Miss Howard, Tina, you gave me all of this great information. You told me what it was. You gave me information on all the different things that you offer. You talked about your company. You talked about yourself. You told me ways that my child can have this. What do I do? How do I help them? I'm a parent. I love them, but I don't know what to do. Well, we're about to talk about it. But before we talk about it, if you're just now coming in and you just maybe you say, you know what, I don't want to go through all that. I'll go to this part on how I can help my child because I kind of knew that stuff up front. So I'm going to skip through the video. If you did that, my name is Tina Howard. I'm an academic success coach, strategist, and consultant. I help students turn their academic achievement into financial empowerment. How do I do this? I do this by helping scholars build a strong academic foundation by expanding their academic strengths and improving their academic weaknesses. I also empower parents to increase parental engagement through advocacy and building positive relationships between home and school. Because I truly, truly, truly believe that when parents are engaged, our scholars will succeed academically. Let's talk about how you can help. Here are some ways of how you can help. You can help your child by meeting with your child's teacher. Let's schedule these parent-teacher conferences. You want to lead by example. Okay? What are you doing? What are you showing your child? What's important in your life? What's important in their life? How do you get through these hurdles that you have in life? Do you pick up something and throw it across the room when something is going wrong? Are you modeling the appropriate behavior and how to overcome different things? You want to lead by example. You always want to celebrate your child's successes, okay? I don't care how small, I don't care how big. If they succeed, celebrate that. That's giving them the opportunity to see success in any way that they can. So you want to celebrate their successes. So say, for instance, if they made a D on one test and they come up with a C, bring a paper home with a C, let's celebrate. If they had an F on one test and they come home with a D, let's celebrate. We want to encourage better, but we want to celebrate those wins, no matter how small or how big, okay? You always want to look at your child's strengths. What are they strong in? What areas are they strong in? Point out those strengths to them. You know what? I see that we're struggling right here, and this right here is a challenge. But you know what? So and so, you can do this, and this. So let's take this what we learned, and let's see how it can help us work this. Encourage them, celebrate their successes, find their strengths, and work on those strengths. You also may want to develop a wellness routine, okay? Like motivation, not motivation. You want to do motivation, but you also want to do meditation, like meditation routines. Also you want to do the I forgot the name of it. It starts with an A. Oh, how did I forget the name of that so fast? But you want to do meditation. Then you may want to do affirmations. That's what it was. I forgot. Affirmations. You may want to have routines where they're saying how thankful they are. Those are different things that you can do when you set up those wellness routines and strategies. And you guys, they have a lot of those different meditations and affirmation type things and motivational type speeches. Those are all on YouTube. So you may want to develop that and make sure it's a routine. It's in routine. Okay, something that they do all the time. Doing it 1 or 2 times is not going to help. They need to consistently do it. That's going to build up their motivation, and that's going to help them to see their strengths and also help them to learn how to celebrate their own successes as well. Okay. At home, these are things that can be done at school. At home, set boundaries, you guys. All children want and need boundaries. They really do. You want to set boundaries. You want to set goals. You want to provide them with those extra duties and responsibilities and accountability. That helps. Accountability is important, you guys. So give them those responsibilities, those duties, and hold them accountable for what now, when I talk about accountability, And when I talk about celebrating their success and not just pounding, 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 that's a different story. Accountability is them taking responsibility for their actions. So although they did not make maybe an A or a B where you know they can be, and they made this D or this C, okay, I'm going to celebrate that because you improved. But also, okay, now what can we do to improve this score? Because you did good and you're showing improvement. So let's continue on to that. So that's holding them accountable, okay? If you already set accountability standards or boundaries where, okay, if you bring this grade in or multiple of these types of grades in, then I'm taking that phone. Take the phone. It's a part of accountability, okay? If you know they're not putting in the time to study, let's figure out, okay, what's going on? Why are we not putting in that time to study? But I got to hold you accountable as well, okay? So let's not remove accountability and responsibility from it. Let's incorporate those, but let's do it in a more systematic way or a systematic approach, okay? Again, like I said, if they have those busy schedules, we want to look at their scheduling and we want to have those task management skills. Help them to develop those task management skills. They can do it, you guys. You will be amazed at how they do that, because we do it with our academic coaching program with our scholars. We have those task management task management and scheduling, and we work on all those different things, and you will be surprised at what they can do and how it helps them to see the amount of time that they have in the day and what they can do it. But also, that's for students that don't have that overload of the schedule. If your child has an overload, you need to look at some things we can move around, or maybe some things we can take off their plate, okay? Again, we always want to give them opportunities to be successful, even at home, you guys. Okay, so if they're bringing in a homework assignment, and if they can do the first step in the process, if it's a multi-step and they can do the first step, hey, let's do the first step. We celebrate that success, and us together, we're going to do the second step. Okay, so make sure you want to provide them with opportunities to be successful. Okay, you may not be able to do all of this, but can you do this? Let's break that down and let's see. Those things are going to come with meeting with your child's teacher, which we're going to talk about very shortly. Okay, and make sure you take interest in the things that interest them. I'm not a big YouTube person, but my daughter loves YouTube. So sometimes we'll sit around in the house and we'll look at a little YouTube. Especially with them doing the dances and things on YouTube or the TikTok and things like that. We may take time. I do that kind of stuff because what that interests her. She's a dancer. Being honest, you guys, I don't know how to dance. Sorry, I was not given that gift. I was given the gift to educate, but dancing was not one of them. So I don't know how to dance, but she likes to dance. So I take that time and I watch her do her routines. We talk about dancing. They do dancing on TikTok. I may get up and do a little video, and on some of my pages, you may see where I'm doing a little something with TikTok with her, but that's something that she's interested in. So I show that interest as well. Okay. Now, also, here's some more things that you can do. Make sure you're being positive when it comes to your child academic abilities and things like that. You want to try to be as positive as possible. Yelling, fussing may not be it, but try to be positive. Provide that encouragement and support that they need to be able to be successful, okay? Remember, you guys, our children are children. We forget that sometimes as parents. We forget that our children are children. They're going to mess up. They're going to have difficult days, difficult moments, difficult times. We have them as adults, you guys. So what's the difference in them? They're going to have these times. So let's make sure we realize and understand that. We don't want to treat them as adults. We do want to treat them as children. The problem and the overwhelm can sometimes come in when we have them on these adult agendas and they're only children. I don't care how mature they are or how mature they act. They're still children, okay? Again, we already talked about leading by example. We want to stay consistent. Please, let's make sure we are consistent. Whatever we incorporate, whatever strategy we incorporate, let's be consistent with it. Whatever routine we incorporate, let's be consistent with it. Whatever boundaries, let's be consistent. We mess up when we're not consistent and we're all over the place, whether it be our schedule. So don't overload yourself trying to do too much when you may not be able to follow through or carry it through and be consistent. So let's try to be consistent, okay? Also, we need to listen to our kids, you guys. They have a voice. They want to be heard. So we need to listen. We need to talk with them, listen to them, and we need to see what's going on with them. And when all else fails, okay, you have told me this stuff, Miss Howard. You have said what I can do, and this is overwhelming me right now. This is too much. This is overwhelming me. What else can I do? Let's get some professional help. Let's get some counseling. Let's get some academic support outside of the classroom. You can do it within the school, but let's also look outside of the classroom to get that professional help and that academic support, okay, that your child needs. Remember, I said professional help. People that know what they're doing going through this. Now, I can provide the academic support. We at ETACS can provide the academic support, but I can't counsel your child. I'm not a certified counselor. So with that kind of thing, you would need to go to a certified counselor because I'm not a professional in that manner. Although I work with kids, I help kids through social and emotional issues, I'm not a counselor. So you would need to get a counselor for that. But a counselor wouldn't help you with academic support either. That would be more so my area because I'm a teacher. I have a master's degree, been in this for over 18 years. So I would be able to support your child academically and help them through that process. So you want to know where your support system is. You want to get that professional help for your child in order to help them succeed if all else fails, okay? Now, I just want to look at a few of these that we talked about. I did talk about them some more, but I want to go a little bit more in depth with some of these. And then you guys don't rush off because I have a goodie for you, okay? So I have a surprise at the end, actually two, but I have some things for you. So let's hold on. We're almost done. We're almost through this training, okay? Next, you want to lead by example. Okay. Lead by example. Let's take that one. Let's look at that one. And let's look at it more in depth. You want to show interest in your child's academic studies or their academic abilities. Okay. You want to find a way to connect their interest to learning. How can I connect this? If your child is into graphic novels, oh my good, comic books, graphic novels, you can find a way to link that to learning, okay? Ask questions, comprehension questions. Where is the setting of the story? What was the problem? How did they get through that problem? How would you have gotten through that situation or that problem? Even if it's a movie on TV, you want to talk, you want to relate that to learning. If it's a movie, if it's something, well, how would you have gotten out of that situation if that was you? You want to talk about these things and relate it to learning. If you're in the kitchen cooking and they like to cook, measurement. You have all types of math skills involved in cooking. Let's talk about that. Let's see if they like to do crafts. You're measuring, you're doing this, you're doing that. So let's see problem solving and being able to connect their interests and seeing how the interest goes, not only from the classroom, but into real life, how their academic can transfer. That's very, very, very important, okay? Please remember that you are your child's first teacher, okay? Your child will be interested in things that you are interested in. They see you. They're watching you. They're copying you sometimes. So make sure that you're doing things that show them success. Now, are you a perfect parent? Nope. Is your child a perfect child? No, they're not. But we can be conscious of how we handle situations, how we handle things that are challenges that we may face. Don't hide them. Let them see, okay, this is a challenge for me, but how am I overcoming this challenge? How am I incorporating my social emotional skills or things that I know, different strategies to be able to overcome this challenge. They are watching. You are your child's or your children's first teacher. Okay, parent-teacher conferences. Please, if you have not attended a parent-teacher conference this school year, please schedule one for this month. Please schedule a mid-year parent-teacher conference for this month. School will go by very, very, very quickly. So you want to meet with your child's teacher, and you want to come up with a plan. You want to see what's going on. Your child's teacher, and the school, you guys are partners in your child's education. Your child's teacher, the school, you all are partners, and you want to approach this partnership in the best way possible. The only way to know how your child is doing is to communicate. The only way you know how they're doing is to communicate with the school, the teacher, and also them. We have to open those lines of communication. We can no longer keep it separate. We have to open those lines of communication and get in there and schedule these conferences and talk with our child's teacher. You may know that also, you may know of some strategies or some things that you do at home that will help your child at school, and vice versa. Your child's teacher may know of some things that they do at school that may help your child at home. But the only way you're going to know that is if you open the lines of communication as a parent. No longer is it just the teacher's responsibility to communicate with me or my child's responsibility to communicate with me. We all need to communicate. We all need to communicate with one another. We need to open those lines of communication. And it doesn't matter who it's initiated by. At the end of the day, it's what's best for your child. Okay? And you want to see, it may be reward systems that you have developed for your child that will be able to help them in school. So there may be some type of reward system in place as well. So we want to look at that, because you may be able to give that to your child's teacher, or you may be able to incorporate something at home that will help them. Okay, but let's meet with the teachers, the school, and develop some type of plan of action, because we need to do that in order to help our scholars. Also, you want to be consistent. We want to be consistent, okay? We want to follow through. We want to be consistent with our children. We want to set those boundaries. Your child is very, very smart. And they know you. They know how to get over on you. They know how to get away with things. They have studied us. They live with us every day. They know when we have short fuses. They know when we have long fuses. Let's follow through. Let's be consistent. Parenting is hard. Parenting is a challenge, especially in this day and time. So let's be consistent. Let's follow through. Let's help our children, okay? They may try to wear you out, but don't give up. Don't give in. Let's be consistent, okay? I know it can be hard. I know it could be a challenge, but don't give up. Don't give in. Let's be consistent. Not only have I dealt with this with my own personal kids, but I deal with this sometimes during tutoring sessions as well, because I have those students, those scholars. I tell the parent, okay, we in this together, and we're going to have to be consistent. So we're going to have to do this. I may have to go an extra 15 minutes to show them we got to get this done, but we need to be consistent, okay? Let's provide them with these designated study areas. You want to give them a reward system. You want to do all of this. You want to have opportunities for meditation, affirmation, motivation, Thanksgiving, all of this. But let's be consistent. Whatever you start, let's keep it up. Let's continue with it, and let's finish it till the end. Okay? So don't overwhelm yourself when you're trying to incorporate these things. Let's start with small things and then increase, remove some things, add some things as you need to. But don't try to do all of this at once. See what you can start with, one or two things, and then go with it. But whatever you do, make sure you are consistent with it and you're able to be consistent with it. Also, you want to talk with your child. Okay? Your child has a voice and you want to talk with your child. If anyone knows what they are experiencing and how they are feeling, it is you as a parent. You see them every day, you come in contact with them every day. Give them a voice. If they know what they're experiencing, they know what they're experiencing and going through. Talk with them to get a better understanding. What's going on? Why do you think you may be experiencing this? They may know, and I'm going to be honest with you, they may not know. They may not understand what's going on with them. So, talking with your child, trying to get through this process will help them. Open those lines of communication with your child. Talk through any concerns, struggles, or insecurities that they may have. Talk through this. Help them through this. Be with them through this process because they are struggling, you guys. This is real. Student apathy is very, very real, and it can be traumatic within itself, especially if your child does not know or does not understand what's going on with them. Okay, so let's talk to your child. Give them a voice. At the end of the day, they know themselves as best they can, and they may not be able to explain everything, but they can help you go through this process with them. Okay, parents, whatever you do, don't do the motivational talk or lecture. Don't do the motivational talk or lecture. They are blocking it out. They can't hear you. When I said let's motivate our kids, that's the meditation, affirmations that they do for themselves. It can be they can listen to different motivational videos or something on YouTube or stuff. But as parents, it's like Charlie Brown. Want. So don't do the motivational talk. Oh, you can do this. You got this. Let's go for it. It's not enough. It's not enough. They want to be successful. They desire to be successful. And the only way they will be successful is by parent, teacher, child, and school coming together to help them be successful. Now we're toward the end and we're almost finished. How was that, you guys? How was it? If you have any questions and you need answers, please, again, don't hesitate. Subscribe, like or dislike, and put some comments in the comments below to help me know how I'm doing. If I'm going too deep into it, let me know. If it's too much content in one setting, let me know that. Hey, Miss Howard, break it up. Hey, Miss Howard, let's get through the videos. You don't have to talk as much. Let's get through the videos. Help me to know how I can help you. So we have two things. The links will be in the comments below. It will be in our description below, actually. We have a freebie, Identifying Apathy in My Child, the checklist. You will have that. It is a two-page, yes, two-page checklist, little e-guide checklist. It's 2 pages on being able to identify student apathy with your child. It's a free download. So what you would do, you will click on the link in the description to get that, and it will take you to where you'll be able to get that freebie, that identifying apathy in my child. You go, you put your name, your email address in, click that submit, it'll download, and you'll be able to have that checklist. And guess what, you guys? The explanations is on the bottom. So if your child has 10 check marks, what does that mean? It's in this checklist, okay? And then it'll recommend what your next steps are. Do you need to seek professional help? Is your child okay? Do you just need to help with them with this? It will tell you in that checklist what our recommended next steps are, okay? For that. That is free. Okay, also you guys will have on our website, and the link will be in the descriptions below as well. We'll have on our website, and we will have in our TPT store, dealing with student apathy, a collections of strategies that you can use to be able to deal with apathy in your child. Okay, so to tell you some things that you'll be able to do, some strategies you can incorporate, and it'll only be $5.97. Okay, some things that you can do in dealing with apathy with your child. So those are the two parents guide and goodies that we have for you. Also, don't forget we have our math and reading basic skills workbooks available, where our reading is available. Our math will be available mid-February, mid this month. Our math one will be available. So go check that out. Go to our website or our TPT store and you'll have that there. It will be located. Also, don't forget our Back to Basics math online course will launch March 6th. The level 1 will launch March 6th. So do not wait. When the time comes for you to do your pre-orders, go ahead. Let's get our pre-orders in. And then when the time comes for you to order, go ahead, order, because it will not be at that price long, and you will probably not ever see it at that price again. You guys, this is a lot of great content, and I promise you it will not be at those prices for long, or you will not see them at those prices again. So go ahead, let's get on in this. Let's get this Back to Basics online course, because I promise you it's going to be a tremendous help to your child. If you are a teacher watching this, recommend it for your students. Recommend it for your students. It's going to help you in the long run. Our level 1 course will launch March 6th. Again, if you have any questions and you need answers, make sure you put them in the comments below. I will answer them as I have time. Don't forget to subscribe, like or dislike, and share your comments below. Please schedule your parent-teacher conferences. Let's get those scheduled so we can talk to our child's teacher to see what's going on, to see how we can help our babies. And also, you guys, if you would like to do a consultation, or if you're considering services from Exceptional Tutoring, then we're going to need that information from the teacher in order to help your child. So go ahead, schedule a parent-teacher conference. And our parent conference e-guide, I'm going to put a link to that as well below for you to be able to get your parent-teacher conference e-guide. We have the limited that is free, but then we also have the expanded that has everything you need in it, from what to do before, during, and after the conference, some questions that you can answer. All of that is in our expanded for and that's in our TPT store and on our website as well. So go ahead. But the limited is free. The expanded, there is a price for the expanded because it's just expanded. It has everything. The limited only has just the checklist before, doing, and after, and just a little documentation of the parent-teacher conference. But the expanded has everything you would need for your parent-teacher conference. So I will also put that link below as well. So let's get those scheduled, you guys. Also, don't forget our website link is on here. And if you want to schedule a consultation, just go to bit.ly/ETACS consult, and you can get your consultation scheduled. So let's get those consultations in for us. If you would like to get services, remember our spaces do fill up, but we do have some spaces open, whether it's tutoring or academic coaching. The student apathy, we do more with our academic coaching program than tutoring program. But regardless of what you want to sign up for, our basic skills tutoring, our study hall, or our academic coaching, go ahead, click the link, schedule your consultation, and then we can get your child started today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for going through this training, especially those of you that went all the way through it. Thank you so much for doing that. That helps me. But please let me know what else you need help with. Let me know what other trainings you need help with. Put that in the comments below so that I can be able to help you guys. Because I love helping you and I love getting this information to you so that you as a parent can get engaged and help your child succeed academically. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time on our EduCamp as far as exceptional tutoring academic coaching services. Bye bye, you guys, and see you guys later.